Good Thursday evening, August 21st, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. East Wenatchee police say they've arrested a 27-year-old Cashmere man for providing fentanyl that contributed to a woman's death. Customers will notice increased rates at the Chelan and Dryden transfer stations beginning September 1st. A late summer heat wave begins tomorrow and continues right through next week with possible record highs this weekend. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. Two people were injured and one killed in a house fire at 418 East Woodin Avenue in Chelan early this morning. Chief Ryan Moody with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office says it was around 5 a.m. when firefighters received reports of the residential fire, which destroyed the home and damaged a neighboring building. At least 9 people were in the home and 2 were injured, but some occupants remain unaccounted for since the residence was a place where Moody says people would often come and go. It took firefighters roughly an hour and a half to subdue the fire, and Cadoodles, an adjacent store, was partially damaged. The house itself was a loss, with Moody saying, quote, "There was no saving it." East Wenatchee police say they've arrested a 27-year-old Cashmere man for providing fentanyl that contributed to a woman's death. Casey Matthew Strain was booked into the Chelan County Jail yesterday on suspicion of controlled substance homicide as well as sale of illegal drugs. Investigators say Strain arranged to sell fentanyl to a 26-year-old woman who had recently been in recovery from addiction. She was found dead from overdose in her East Wenatchee apartment on December 3rd. Strain allegedly sold drugs that month to a police informant with the Columbia River Drug Task Force, and police say they found fentanyl and other drugs in his Cashmere home when he was arrested on Wednesday. Strain was due to make his first appearance today in Chelan County Court. A homeless Wenatchee man who pleaded guilty to setting fire to a drainage pipe back in February is again charged with arson, this time for allegedly starting a small fire near Hale Park on the Apple Capital Loop Trail. It's the third time in the last year and a half that 51-year-old Timothy John Whitney has been accused of starting a fire that damaged public or private property. In April, he was sentenced to 4 months in jail for starting a fire that caused $260,000 in damage to a large culvert that runs beneath Holly Street, as well as a reckless burning charge for starting a fire last year that scorched a construction business on South Wenatchee Avenue. Investigators say the latest fire at Hale Park on August 12th was small and quickly contained, but witnesses reported seeing a man leaving the scene who matched Whitney's description. Police say they arrested him 3 days later. Chelan County prosecutors charged him Thursday with 1 count of second-degree arson. He remains jailed on $25,000 bond. The Washington State Department of Commerce point-in-time count results are showing a decreased growth rate for the statewide homeless population, including in Chelan and Douglas counties. Both the state's snapshot report and point-in-time count survey are used to track the number of individuals experiencing homelessness across Washington. In January of 2024, 1,567 people were reported homeless in Chelan County, with 517 people homeless in Douglas County. This year, Chelan County's numbers increased by 44 people, and Douglas County actually saw a decrease of 7 people reported homeless. Though the statewide growth rate was only 4.4% from 2024 to 2025, State Commerce Director Joe Gwynn says homelessness remains an emergency in Washington. When we come back, several Columbia Valley community health clinics were recognized for childhood and adolescent immunization rates by the Washington State Department of Health. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, so relax. It's done.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Several Columbia Valley community health clinics were recognized for childhood and adolescent immunization rates by the Washington State Department of Health. The department honors clinics through the Immunize Washington Awards, and the clinics are awarded gold, silver, and bronze levels for meeting vaccine coverage goals. The East Wenatchee and Chelan CVCH clinics each achieved bronze for childhood immunizations, with East Wenatchee at an 83% coverage rate and Chelan at an 81% coverage rate. The same clinics earn nods for the percentage of patients aged 9 to 10 who are up to date with at least one dose of the HPV vaccine, which is given to protect against certain cancers. The Wenatchee CVCH clinic was also recognized in the HPV Cancer Prevention Award with a 39% coverage rate and earned bronze for a 72% adolescent coverage rate. Customers will notice increased rates at the Chelan and Dryden transfer stations beginning September 1st. Both facilities operate drop-off brush yards for waste like leaves, tree branches, and brush clippings. According to the Chelan County Public Works, the new rates are due to the increased cost to pay a vendor to grind the material. In Chelan, rates will rise from $15 to $20 per cubic yard, and there will be a $15 minimum for loads less than a cubic yard. Meanwhile, in Dryden, rates will rise to $115 per ton. That's up from $85 per ton, and there will be a $30 minimum fee for loads under 480 pounds. Corporal Jeremy Mathena of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office has been named the 2025 First Responder of the Year by the North Central Washington Fair. Now in its 5th year, the award recognizes the dedicated service of local first responders. Corporal Mathena is a Wenatchee native and has served Chelan County since 1995. He began working at the Chelan County Regional Justice Center before transitioning to patrol and later earning the rank of corporal in 2007. In a press release, Mathena's fellow first responders called him, quote, the epitome of law enforcement. Mathena will be honored with the award at the fair tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the Friday night concert stage. Coming up next in tonight's Pause for Pets feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, we will introduce you to a 2-year-old long-haired cat named Trillium. Our temperatures will jump into the 90s tomorrow and stay there for possibly the rest of this month as a prolonged heat wave sets in. I'll have all your local weather details coming up, as well as Dan Kuntz with tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after after this.
Remember when you could afford to have fun on two wheels without breaking the bank? Maybe you started on a Honda Z50 or a Trail 70 or one of the most popular Hondas of all time, the Trail 90. Well, Honda and Doghouse Motorsports are making fun affordable again. Introducing the Honda Monkey, the Dax, and the new updated Trail 125, all featuring fuel-injected 4-stroke engines with electric start. The best part of all, they are affordably priced under $5,000. Whether you're just getting started or you want to get back at it, Doghouse Motorsports has you covered.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
It's time now for Pause for Pets with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight's segment features a kind and regal feline. Prince Trillium is a nearly 2-year-old domestic long-hair cat who's ready to find his royal subjects. I mean owners.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm the marketing coordinator here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today, our pet of the week is Prince Trillium. This is Prince Trillium. He came to us in April of this year as a stray. When he first came to us, he was not doing so great. He had definitely been living on the streets for a little while, so he was a little worse for wear. He definitely got into a couple of scraps. But we were able to mend him up really well, and now he's doing much better. He's gained a lot more weight. His hair has come in more full. He is missing a couple teeth, so sometimes we like to supplement his regular food with wet food at home. It also gives him a lot of hydration as well. But he is able to eat kibble, especially when he's really hungry. He also is extremely affectionate. He's very playful and very treat-driven. Trillium would do best in a home as the single pet on his own, just because he loves to be spoiled and likes to be the center of attention because he is a prince and he is royalty, and he does deserve a lot of love and devotion. He would also do best as like an indoor-outdoor cat. Because he grew up on the streets, he really enjoys exploring and going outside. So he will like to spend some hours outside, but because of his missing teeth, we don't recommend him being a purely outdoor cat, just because that does hinder him a little bit. So it would be good for him to have indoor space as well, so that he can always go to rest, refresh, and then go back to exploring. He is a diva, so you do have to work with what he wants, but he's a great communicator. He'll always tell you what he wants with his body language, so it's really easy to read him and give him whatever he needs at that point, whether it's extra love, time, attention, or maybe a little bit of space. So we are closed on Wednesdays, but we are open by appointment on Wednesdays. Otherwise, our open hours are Thursday through Tuesday, 12:30 to 6 p.m. And you can come visit Trillium, and he would love to meet you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast, and I hope you had a great Thursday. I hope it was much better than the way my voice has sounded all week, and I apologize once again, but boy, what a nice one out there today. Lots of sunshine, just a few wispy high clouds out there, but still a beautiful late August day looking down at the Wenatchee Valley from our tower camera up on Wenatchee Heights. And we've been talking about heat all week, and now we have a mid to major heat risk on our hands as we move into the upcoming weekend. Here we are in Wenatchee. This is a major heat risk we're looking at on Saturday and Sunday. And then Wenatchee, we are the only city on this map in the extreme heat risk as we get into Monday and Tuesday. That's very dangerous for anyone out in the outdoors without hydration. And it's going to be a hot one. And as I mentioned earlier, this heat wave is going to continue, it looks like, possibly right into the first part of September. And we'll talk more about that in a second. Unofficially, today was a nice one, 88 degrees, a few ticks above where we should be for this time of year. 85 is our normal high. Our record high, 100, and that was set back in 2005. 61 this morning, right in line with our normal, which is 60 degrees. Our record low, 46, and that was set back in 1960. Sunrise this morning, 6:06, and this is our last night that we will see a sunset after 8 o'clock. Tonight's 8:01. Tomorrow night will be 7:59, so enjoy those couple minutes of light tonight. As we get into tomorrow, this will be the official beginning of our heat wave as we all jump, most of us anyway, into the mid-90s. 95, Moses Lake, Ephrata, all the way up into Omak. 94s then, Quincy, Wenatchee, Entiat, and also Chelan. Lake Wenatchee at 90 and lower 90s then for Leavenworth and Cashmere as we get you into tomorrow afternoon. All right, tonight we expect clear skies, ridge of high pressure really beginning to build over the Pacific Northwest. An area of high pressure is sitting right here in the Four Corners area, and that's going to bring all of that desert air our way for Friday. Sunny, and the heat wave begins. We're talking highs tomorrow into the mid-90s, and boy, and that goes for a wide stretch of the western United States. All of us 90 to 100 degrees for Friday. As we get into the weekend, this is where the ridge really kind of establishes itself. Sunny and hot. We're talking highs on Saturday into the upper 90s, and that's where the heat risk comes into play. Sunday, extreme heat risk as we will be near 100 degrees, nothing but sunny skies throughout Washington state, and that will continue. Look at that, all of Washington, even Seattle could see about 92 degrees for a high on Sunday, and that will continue as we get into the first part of next week. For Monday, mostly sunny skies, a little thermal low will bring just some high clouds into central Washington on Monday, but look at that, once again, high temperatures near 100 degrees. For Tuesday, sunny and continued hot, high pressure building out of the Pacific. We also have that high still anchored down in the southwest. We'll see highs on Tuesday into the upper 90s. And folks, as we get into the end of our forecast on Wednesday, not much relief. Nothing but clear skies all over the western United States. We will see hot temperatures continue with readings Wednesday afternoon into the mid-90s. All right, your 7-day forecast, 62 overnight tonight, 94 tomorrow, 98 Saturday as we kick off the weekend, almost 100 on Sunday. We are going to stay just hot Monday through Wednesday with sunny skies, 99 Monday, 98 Tuesday, and 96 your high temperature on Wednesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Boy, the Seattle Mariners are probably real good to get the heck out of town to get back into the big city. It was not a very good road trip, and yesterday, no exception. Trey Turner had 5 hits. If you don't follow baseball, 5 hits is really good. Kyle Schwarber did a lot of damage as well, and the Phillies complete the sweep. They took care of business against the Mariners yesterday. The final was 11-2. Not a lot of offense to talk about from Seattle. Julio Rodriguez had a rather interesting home run, but the Mariners are back home. They have now lost 5 straight and 7 out of the last 8.
Luzardo part of that. Fly ball left field. Marsh tracking, watching, and it's gone. Julio Rodriguez with a first inning home run. Number 25 on the season. And the Mariners are on the board. 1-0. Mariners playing from ahead, which is nice to see.
Nice sign right here. We talked about the struggles they've had against starting pitching. Tell you what, that Julio is red hot. We've been talking about that the entire road trip.
Go. Fly ball, center field. Rodriguez going back in the shadows of Monty's angle. He'll make the catch. Turner will tag. 105th RBI of the year for Kyle Schwarber, and the Phillies have tied it up at 1. That is a new career high for Kyle at RBIs. We mentioned last night that he probably wasn't going to settle with the tying his career high.
Lines are racing right there.
And a line drive out toward right center field. Going back on it is Moore. It's over his head off the base of the wall. RBI double for Stott. It's 2-1 Phils. 17th double of the year.
Hit hard. Solano's got it. Throws home. And now Stott in a rundown. Turner at the bag at third now. Castillo on the other end. And now he applies the tag.
Good job right here from, first of all, Solano. Ball stays in front of him. And he took his time too with that throw. He could see Bryson Stott held up. Didn't try and rush the throw. And what about, look at Luis Castillo getting involved here as well. That was huge. By the way, you never want to see the pitcher get involved. You can see Solano coming down.
Line drive down the right field line toward the pole. It is gone out of the ballpark. Solo home run for Kepler. It's his 13th of the year. It's 3-1 Phils. And that was a heck of a catch by the fan in right field too.
Yeah, it's been a grind.
Gino, good backhand, spins over to second, on to first, in time. Man, Turner, not an easy guy to double up. Ball got on Gino so fast, that actually helped the Mariners' case this time around.
Yeah, this ball was ripped. Nice little backhand staying with that. Getting that quick throw off, and then Cole Young, nice little turn.
Soft fly ball, Julio coming in. Julio lays out, and he makes the catch. That is a big catch made by Julio Rodriguez. Mariners strand a pair. Julio covering some ground. Dylan Moore has this come right to him. It starts to die, and Dylan makes the catch right on top of the grass. And some topspin bringing it back down to earth. Big bat retired there.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's like trying to catch a curveball. You can see that ball just kind of head straight south. That's more of a little bit of topspin, stays with it.
Gino rips this ball down by the pole in left field. It is fair and gone. It's a 1-run game. That ball was tagged. 1 home run shy of 40 on the season for Eugenio Suarez.
I tell you what, he's starting to heat up. Gino Suarez, he's cutting down on the swings and misses. He's getting these mistakes, and he's not missing them.
Yeah, he did have an Eeyore cloud over him today.
He did.
Bouncer back toward the middle.
Might as well.
Off the leg of Young as he flips to first. It's another hit for Trey. He's got 5 hits today. And a run scores. Kepler crosses the plate. And a high fly ball to right field. Going back is Raley at the wall. He jumps, and it is gone! 2-run home run for Schwarber. 45 and counting for Kyle Schwarber. 11-2 Phils. I wasn't sure if a fan reached over on this, but how about him going down in his legs and getting that one?
Yeah, and I tell you what, for a second there, you didn't think it was going.
It's sharply to second on 1 hops. Bryson Stott has it, and the ball game is over. The Phillies have swept out the Mariners. A very good Mariners team, and they took care of business today. They finished the series with a record number of hits in a 3-game series and a record number of strikeouts by their pitchers in a 3-game series. They win it 11-2.
Post-game comments from Mariner manager Dan Wilson. He noted that Luis Castillo, he pitched okay, but Jesus Luzardo of the Phillies pitched real good.
Thought Rock, he had to battle through the early part, and they had a lot of base runners able to get out of a lot of jams there. I thought he did a really nice job for the 4 innings. It's some key situations, made some good pitches when he had to, able to get out of it. Kept it close, and obviously cutting it to 3-2, and then they were able to kind of open it up there later on. A tough one today, no doubt. Offensively, another tough lefty, and he put some good at-bats up there and tried to cut it close there at the end, and they were just able to add on and extend the lead. So, a tough way to end it, and we get back home and start fresh.
Are you concerned about where Luis is at right now?
No, I don't think so. Again, like I said, he had to make some tough pitches early on, and he was able to do it, and kept it close where we wanted it to stay, but just wasn't able to keep his pitch count down because of it, and it was time to go to the bullpen at that point. This has been a series where they've swung the bat, and you got to give them a little bit of credit. It seems like they hit some balls hard, but a lot of what they didn't hit hard also found holes, and just made it difficult. They just had a lot of traffic, and like I said, able to make some good pitches when he had to.
Mariners are off today. Thank goodness. They need the day off. They begin a weekend series against the Athletics tomorrow. Now, neither team has mentioned who their starting pitcher is going to be, but if the rotation stays intact, it'll be Brian Wu. Scoreboard yesterday, if there's any good news, even though the Mariners keep losing games, so do the Astros. The Astros were swept all 4 games against the Tigers. In fact, the Astros only scored 2 runs in those 4 games. And that came yesterday, but the Tigers still beat them. Rangers doubled up on the Royals. Angels doubled up on the Reds. It took 10 innings for the Athletics to beat the Twins, but they did it. So the Mariners are still a 1.5 back of Houston. 6.5 back are the Rangers. So, yeah, Houston has lost 4 in a row, so we're still in it. Seattle Seahawks flew to Green Bay yesterday. This morning, they did a practice, the 2 teams combined, the Packers and the Seahawks. I don't know if they actually flew into Green Bay or flew into Milwaukee and then took the bus or a lift ride or something. So, of course, Saturday, the 2 teams will meet at Lambeau Field. That'll be Saturday afternoon, the last preseason game of the year. By the way, big deadline on Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon is when the mandatory cut down to the 53-man active roster has to be submitted. So for Seahawks that are right on the bubble this weekend, both practice today and Saturday's game could mean the difference between making the 53-man roster and not. And those are just some of the games that people are playing.
And that will do it for this edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app. And now you can watch all of NCWLIFE's 24/7 programming without cable. Our channel is available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the NCWLIFE app to your device and share the news with friends and family. You can email us with news tips anytime at news@ncwlife.com, or you can give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.